The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Dolphins and the Jags. All that and more coming up next.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when his franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on their in-state rivals to the north, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
Lawrence, and incomplete to open things up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey, pass rushers, do your job. Coverage guys, do your job. And the linebackers are going to be a mix. Sometimes they'll drop in coverage. Sometimes they'll pressure the quarterback. But all in all, you never want to let that quarterback get a string of completions going, because if so, they're hard to deal with, and it makes for a long evening. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And ETN going to have a Jags first down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a 2nd and 2. Here's Lawrence to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Lawrence able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one... Complete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Etienne diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback. Now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, come on, two.
Now Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Lawrence. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 39 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So that a very nice-looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday, and he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Lawrence will throw. A short throw to Ingram, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 19. Here's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Here's Berrios. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. A run with Mostert up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That's into the hands of Chosen. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing a really...
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
On second down, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad. So then the
pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Pushing through the contact. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A throw there. Lined up incomplete.
Seeing so far as the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Tua going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just dropping a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
Who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
27 our score. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he stopped immediately there. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A short throw to Ingram, and he will have a Jaguars 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now Lawrence.
Man open, here is Jones.
He's to the 15.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Zay Jones. Jaguars have got it back to within a score.
McManus's point after is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense.
Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half.
Returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
He was brought down by Foyesade Aluakin.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. This now a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Gasket. And he went. Lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a... Up 4th. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. We'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
On the counter, ETN.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Gasket.
And shedding through the tackle. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Tua now on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. On first down, right back to Etienne.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here we go.
Another tote for Etienne.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And ETN going to have a Jags first down as a tackle made at the 15-yard line.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. On red.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Silver.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The kick by McManus is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our
Both
EA
of these
Sports
offenses
halftime
have
report.
their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend, and then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Both of these coaching staffs with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. The second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Man in motion is Agnew. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
To the 40 and no further. The broken tackle, but then the hole closed quickly.
Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with ETN.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Miami set to take over.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Gasket.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's over the middle, caught by Chosen.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Tua going to hand this to Gasket. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Up the middle, Gasket.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Tua.
Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. On the counter is Gaskin. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a Dolphins first down. And they get it easily. A gain of 5 on 4th and 1. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Gaskin will try it up the middle.
And he gets it down to the 32.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
This 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll take this down to the 26.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Andrew Wingard in to make the play.
He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. On the handoff is Gaskin.
And he is met in his line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I think that was a good job. Did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The kick by Sanders is good.
Touchdowns in the game for this offense. This time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Lawrence will throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And here comes Berrios.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Let's go now, let's go. Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
On first down, back to Achane.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Surprised at all that they went with a fullback there?
Not at all, because it harkened back to the days where we watched these games almost in black and white, right? The stocky guy, the strong guy, the powerful guy with leg drive. Give him the football, and even if the blocking isn't perfect, he has the ability to scatter bodies and move people enough to pick up first downs. That's what we just saw right there.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll take this down to the 33.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
They'll run for it with Achane.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback, just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Freddie Swain from 13 yards out.
And the Dolphins have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. Down. Fantastic.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. After a gain of 3, leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Hey, smash, smash. Bronco switch. Alert, alert, check.
Now they'll run on the draw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw is Beathard. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Beathard. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's Beathard to throw. He'll find Farrell open left side. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Beathard.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Back to throw Beathard. Throw across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Come on, come on. Set. Ready, right?
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
On the give, this is their fullback. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, and on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Handoff running left, Gaskin.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.